You know, I do sometimes wonder, where are we? Alrighty, it's Saturday, folks, and we are back to drawing. We are going to draw, and hopefully, we are going to actually manage to make all the all the clearing that we need for stuff, basically. And what I mean, you can see that on the entire illustration we have, like, for example, here, like, the Ina's hair is supposed to actually wrap around the Calli's fingers, which means we would have to, of course, erase portion of her hand to fit the hair strands, and so on and so on and so on. So first we are going to focus on doing exactly that, which is going to be like, clearing the entire illustration. I've decided not to make the edit with it. I'm not going to animate it in Spine yet. I think next one that we might be able to do is going to be the one. But before we even start, let me do a couple things. Like, for example, turning on the... There we are. Turn on the thingy. Yep, and send out the links. And, yeah. So basically there are apparently like many things happening, especially around Hololive, so many things will probably have to be changed when it comes to what we are doing. Basically, when it comes to the illustration, of course I still want to support the the VTubers, so I'm most likely probably going to also make the illustrations of some Holostars. For those who don't know, Holostars are the Hololive VTubers, right? It's another branch of Cover Corp, because that's actually the talent corporation that takes care of Hololive, and it's just literally just as Hololive but for male, so that's the Holostars. And we are about to be working on our illustration. So I'll be real, there are going to be many different things going on that I want to actually pursue when it comes to my time off, so we'll see how far that will go. First and foremost, I'm going to tomorrow probably we're going to get back to my model and we're going to actually complete it. I think that this is going to be the best option for us, considering where everything sits at, right? But what does it mean? So basically, I'm going to genuinely just sit down and operate here and there on here and there on the illustration itself, right? On the design itself, sorry. There are a couple things that I want to change when it comes to Devis's design, just to make him appear a little bit more interesting, because I've recently looked into it. Like, when it comes to the comic book design, it's going to stay as it is. It's not like I'm going to really operate on anything there. The thing is that I'm still just going to do my stuff, and that's that. But I'm going to genuinely just sit down with it, and for the sheer VTuber sake, I'm going to edit it. Now here's the actual thing that I'm kind of worried about. It might not really go much. So yeah, I don't know. I'm basically experiencing some doubts regarding staying VTuber and just switching to just either no camera or anything, or with the camera and sometimes streaming with the model, or the opposite, it's just something that I'm really wondering about, basically. But yeah, mostly because of couple stuff. But yeah. So okay, basically, so I'm going to try to erase couple things. Now the question is, yeah, I need to erase the line art and the thing. Okay, so that's some line art here, and colors are going to be erased separately then. I see that I also have to erase a little bit of the you know, a little bit of the thing. Of the coloring on the inner, because we've kind of messed up on this. Okay. That whole thing can go. Okay. I feel like it's so yeah, that's going to be so tedious. Give me a second. I'm going to make it right. Yeah, polyline, and just let's do it like this. I'm just going to go all around the Ina's finger here. I think that's going to be the easiest way to clean all that up, to be fair. So, huge things are happening basically. Huge things are going on. So Mori went out on a hiatus. Apparently, well, I'm only going to say what people say, so don't take that for granted. But apparently she's mad as at the management. So that's that. It kind of sucks. Based on what people say, by the way. That's like what people say. So like she's mad at management based off of what people say, but apparently she like described things a little bit in depth for people from the supporters, right? I suppose that it's probably a move to let them know. So, well, I don't want to be of dark like thinking maybe, but we might be a little bit on the level where like she's going to say like, yeah, that's it, and she's just going to dip out because there's something that just doesn't really sit well with her. And like I really respect this, to be fair. I really respect this. Calli herself has already like a good channel on her own, so yeah. And she's not a VTuber on her other channel, so that's also a thing. Maybe it was something related to that, and that's the thing that pissed her off. Or maybe it's just, you know, something related to the Holo Stars thing going on. Maybe some words were said regarding the mother finally too. And it might not really look good for them. Me. Hi Muteo GTV here, how are you playing? How's it going? How are we doing? So yeah, really must stop thinking on. I had a cute picture for you. Oh, can't wait. What is the picture? Show me, show me. So right now we're just basically, you know, going through the way how Calli's leg is going, and we're just going to, you know, there. Let's go. I'm going to check it out when I'll be done making my selections on this thing. I can't wait. And yeah, you know, today I've went with my moms and my father to a different city. I think I've talked about this possibility yesterday, but yeah, it happened. We went to the other city today. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. Mostly because, like, you know, because yeah. Now that looks good. And anything else? Actually, besides that? I don't remember. I don't think so. GG here. Huion, Calli. Yeah. Oh, that's a cute photo. Love you. Love you more. Love you more. No. Yes. So, yeah, I think we're going to go with it, but here's the thing. I believe I'm going to be trying to actually, That's the thing, I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. Because in theory I could just merge all of the flats with all the flats, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Same for like the line arts and stuff, basically. Oh wait, yeah, no, we can't do that. Okay, whatever. Alright, I guess I'm just going to go with it like that, but I'm just going to work only on like one of the girls at the time. We're just going to shade them like this, you know, with the full view of them. And I'm going to start with Calli. Why her hairs are... No, I need to drop the tolerance. There we go. So I'm going to like now just mark the, yeah. That's that. Like no more similar colors, just the color I'm selecting. One of the color instance, basically. Oh right, wait, Calli's hand, yeah, that one also has to be like changed a little. It was like all those three hair strands supposed to also go over her arm and hand, basically. So, how are we going to work out rest of the illustration? And what are the plans for rest of it? Well, it's just going to be, I guess, like, you know, kind of very typical finish for us. We're just going to keep on shading and that's that. I believe it's going to turn out a bit better than other illustrations, mostly because we are now operating on the actual thing, basically. So that's nice. A pencil exploded on me. What do you mean? How could it explode on you? Are you okay? Was it like your Apple Pen? Wait. There we go. Mechanical pencil just destroyed itself? Damn. Didn't know that could happen. It broke into pieces. Damn. There you go. I think those are all of the colors for her skin. Okay. It was a cheap one, huh? I mean, I've been using like very cheap colored pencils too. Not colored pencils, mechanical pencils too, but like never had one exploding on me. I'm wondering about the light. I'm wondering about the light here, and what light we want on the illustration. I'd say like, kind of like this, you know what I mean? So we wouldn't really have much like shadow here going on. Yeah, like 150 here. Ambient light, I guess just one. But like, let's change the ambient light. Okay, that's interesting. And that, let's make it blue. Not sure. Okay, you know what? I think I know more or less. I still think I could try to find things on Pinterest. Like some, you know, photos that would work for this. I'm sure there are some that have pretty nice light. I'm thinking about like red surrounding light. I think I found one here. And then things could go, yeah, on like a diagonal here. Okay. Makes sense. All right. So the light is going to come from like direction. So I'm going to like attempt to color to that direction, trying to also fit her, you know, head direction and stuff. Damn. And the nose is going to be like this too. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that works. I also need to like I think, yeah, I think we did well on her face, but now look, her arm is here, so it's like behind her head. It's going to cast the shadow, so it needs to go like this on her arm. I'm back. Welcome back. Is he made a mess? How? How's that even possible? Everything was falling? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we need to like shade them like this. Okay. And just make lines like that. Let's correct this line here, like this. Okay. I believe this works now. Bueno. Damn. I'm like, damn. I guess we're going to shade Calli today mostly. And, you know, just to have things in here. What can I say? It's kind of sad when you have to throw away art supplies. True, but why you have to throw them away? Usually you don't have to. They don't work anymore. What do you mean they don't work anymore? What kind of supplies are we speaking of? There are many things where when you can like pens. Oh, okay, pens, yeah, sure. Like markers can be rejuvenated. Paints most likely too. It's like all very dependent on where are we going with things, you know what I mean? It's very dependent on the art supply, but there are many attempts to rejuvenate them. Just as much as people who are making their own paper from like messed up drawings. They're just turning it into a pulp and making their own paper, basically. for example, Copic markers. What to do when the marker has mold? Moldy markers are... Well, you can take out the field, change the felt, and add ink into it. So like, you're literally just exchanging the literally the marker from the inside. I think it was Jazza who had similar issue with his markers. For some reason, he developed mold on some of his markers, so he like was like reading how he can fix it and like checking up what was the best option. I think that was the one that won, because it was literally like changing all the insides of the marker. But I think it might be way too complicated and a bit more costly than just getting a new marker, I think. At the point where you are, when you are going to start like changing your... When you'll get like a package of felt nibs for your pens, for your markers and inks, then it's going to be worth it, because like, you know, you don't have to buy a new thing, you just bought like a package of felt nibs for your markers and an attachment. But until then, I don't think, until you'll get actually your hands on those, I don't think it's anything you can do. Also, folks, did you eat anything today? Really cool. I've had actually for breakfast a scrambled eggs with spring onion and a nice roasted bacon. Nope, not yet. You need to eat something. That sounds good. Yeah, it was really damn good. Because the roasted bacon was like homemade. It was just a slab of bacon that marinated over a couple hours and thrown into the freaking oven. And basically it was like, you know... And then it was like thrown into the air fryer to give it some crisp. And actually get some fats out of it, you know, melt some fats from it, and basically like thrown on a toast with butter. That was like really damn good. Yeah, I don't think I like the way this arm has to be like this, unless I could like work something out here. Give me a sec. Yeah, no, it has like, I can do something here for it, but like not too much. Yeah. And then like this. Yeah, that would, yeah, that works. And now the arm looks a-okay. Just want to add some more stuff, basically. Kind of like this. Yeah, no. This is where it would be the best, I think. I guess besides that, I didn't really eat much. I didn't really eat anything besides like a donut. I'm wondering that maybe we could do something like this, but because like right now it kind of looks flat. You know? Like this, maybe? Yeah, that also works really well. Yeah. And then here, something like this. Yep. And then we take the and do something like that. Perfect. Same would go here. It's like kind of the same effect. But yeah. We don't see much from that area, so no need. I mean, we see some from that area, but we don't see that area where that could be applied, basically, so... Yeah, because it's like somewhere here, so we don't really see much. That section should be in shadow, because like her leg is covering here, and that section should be in shadow. That could be okay, but I guess I have to, like, shade the hand, the leg where Gigi's head is. Yeah. Okay, that works. Perfect. I'm trying to analyze if there's anything else that I should be worried about, but I don't think so. Yeah. Imagine. Besides everything, I am actually, like, you know, exercising a couple ideas here and there. And yeah. because like this eye, okay, it's not going to be really in the shadow as much, or it's not really going to be visible because the shadow would go like this, right, and just part of her eye would be like that, but this shadow is definitely like going to cover her eye. So that's that. Her corset is going to be a bit difficult to shade, actually. So that's something I might want to dodge, for now at least. Okay, so let's maybe start shading her legs, I guess. Okay, so the light is going like this. We should make the legs go like this, at least for now, and then me going like this. Having some additional lines here and there, and then now we're going to have that like this. Yeah. I'm really hoping that everything's going on well with Calli. It would be a shame if something would be going on behind the scenes. It's always like, again, we've already had similar cases like this. Even this year, and I'm always saying this because like it is always painful to see something like that happening. It's not only like, oh, because it's like, oh, it's she's a VTuber. No, it's very painful to see something like that happening in any kind of workplace, basically, because it's like only kind of showing how poorly an employee can be treated at certain points, you know what I mean? So I do believe that actually like all the like, you know, departures because of some like internal hololive issues, I'd say that it's actually like very bad management. And sure, it's difficult to find a good one, but at least they could lead the management to be somewhat good, you know what I mean? Like HR or something. But at this point it seems like if something is going on, even the HR is not capable to help, if there is any HR in there, you know what I mean? Because at this point you don't even know. Achan retired, the other girl also, like, you know, parted ways. Mume left. Gura left. Those two said that it's mostly because of like some internal hololive issues, because like it stopped being what they've been like standing for, and basically, you know, so there was something going on that could basically now also like touch, you know, that could also touch Calli, you know what I mean? And I don't know, maybe she's just tired because of like many, I don't know, music related stuff, because if I remember correctly, she's been working a lot on her songs, or maybe she wants to focus a little bit on her, you know, private channel. who knows? I just hope that she's doing all fine, because again, it would be a shame if something would be going on like that. Because again, to be fair, I think even Calli said that she's the type of person that would be like putting the chairs on at the end. You know what I mean? She's the type of closer, basically. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And like already, even like those leaks that were apparently like leaked by that one VTuber were already like kind of warning based off of like some kind of behavior that this leaking VTuber mentioned. She of course got like fired because of that, and there were even situations where she was like lying about the internal processes in there. But I have to say, like, at this point you don't even know what was truth and what not, and yeah, it's very like, it's tearing you apart in cases like this, because you do want to believe that all's fine and dandy, but like after all, it's just a like workplace, you know what I mean? It's not like their private thing that they just, you know, their own kind of rulers. They have managers that are setting up like crapload of things. They are going out, recording a full album. They're getting a feedback in Excel file that actually Kiara also mentioned about, with like fix this, and this, and you have like thousands of positions what needs to be re-recorded, reshot basically, and like they just sit there probably even after hours, like making 12-hour long shifts while also streaming, which is also like very mentally like straining. And like sure, the streaming itself is easy, but the moment you are starting to treat it like a job like this, it starts to be like very like it starts to destroy your mentality basically. It starts to really strain your mental health, and I'm really hoping that, you know, they do get a lot of like support and stuff. And I'll be real, it's just, you know, just as messed up as anything else. So and to be fair, now as I've heard about Calli's hiatus, I don't know if I want to finish the illustration. Well, I guess I want to finish it just for the sheer sake of maybe her seeing it and giving her, like, you know, maybe a reason to smile a little bit. Finish it? Yeah, that's the plan. Because, like, even if I finish it and she's on the hiatus, maybe she's going to see it and that might put a smile even for a split second for her. Like, hey, that's actually funny. Or something. Or something to cheer. It's just, yeah, you know. I just don't know. Okay. Okay. Makes sense, I think. Does it? Yeah, I think maybe like here a little. Yeah, something between the lines like that. And just making a gradient here. And again, just saying kind of tactic, like shadow surrounding it and like a bump in there, and just maybe making it like that. I'm just wondering, like, what possibly the girls from Whole Life have to go through. So many of them like left because of the management, and it's like every single time Yagu is always saying like, we'll make sure that this won't happen again, and literally like some time later, guess what, it literally happens again, because like, I don't know. Like, when are they going to start finally learn on their mistakes? There's something that is happening that is making them leave, and they don't want, so they should like keep that in check, like, you know? Like, oh, this VTuber from our set wants to leave, like, we have to do something. Or something like that. This decision is making the VTubers want to leave. We have to prevent that. It's literally like there's zero like employee loss prevention, because I believe there like HR should also taking care of that. If I remember correctly, like I think we've had that in my previous company I've worked at. And so basically they were like checking why employees want to leave, and they were like trying to accommodate changes that would change the retention ratio. And literally we've got a freaking bot. Are we really like that? Bot, yeah, bot of the day, let's go. God damn. But yeah, so that's that. That's literally it. Actually, I think I'm supposed to make it in her, like, in the shadow color. Nah, her skin tone. Or maybe like something like this. Oh yeah, that works well. That works better. I'm not good at drawing pantyhose. Sorry for that, folks. That, and I think I've had somewhere here a good mesh grid brush, yeah. But like, I need it to be... Oh, okay. So I need to like draw the mesh, but maybe on here. And now take it and make it smaller. Okay. That looks good. And the grid is also good. Okay. Seems alright. Seems legit. I think actually that, wait. I need like a shadow here. Wait, what? Oh. Like this. It starts to look like something finally. Okay, I need to turn down the tolerance like 0. Yeah, now it's going to only select that one specific color that I need to be selected. Golly. Okay. So now this, we're going to take black color. And we can start like, you know, coloring. To be fair, I feel like most of it should be, you know. Nah, that ain't working. Okay, that's for sure good, because like it has to be very dark. But, okay. I see that Calli is a little bit, is going to have a little bit, cause some issues, basically. There you go, that's what I wanted to say. She's going to cause some issues when it comes to her, outfit. For us, yeah. Okay, hold on. Again, it needs to go like this because of her breasts, basically. She's like going to. It's like she has like huge breasts, and they're like lifted up, so they get like flattened when arms are lifted. Do it like this, I think. Yeah, I think that's visible. I have like line here. Yeah. The clothes are yet again proving to be still nemesis of mine, despite all the like training I've done on them. I'm done. Hey, let's go. I throw away all of unusable art supplies sad days. Yeah. Hey, at least you can tell yourself that those were unusable, you know? Yeah. Okay. Oh. Yeah. So. To be fair, I don't know. Here. I think it looks a-okay. But it doesn't. And I'm in. Yeah. Sundays, basically. Yep, Sundays, yeah. But like, you know, light is hitting certain area. There's Ina covering her. Sorry, not Ina, Kara covering her. So there's like, you know, crap load of shadows, cast shadows and stuff. So like this area just is as good as just to be fully in, you know, freaking darkness or something. But on the other hand, I feel like this, like, sure, it's good color, but I feel like it should be slightly brighter for the sake of shading. And now I can just sit down and, you know, start shading it as it's supposed to be. And like, following this shadow, we have that. Then we have Kara's arm. Oh, actually, you have to like change Kara's arm because this should supposed to like go behind Calli. Okay, interesting. I just want to, like, you know, figure out how to basically how this whole thing's supposed to basically work and look like, so I wouldn't have to, like, worry about much. Blip, e, blip. I had to play Stardew. Well, we will after I finish the stream. I know. Oh my. I found some cool art supplies I forgot about. Oh, what art supplies did you find? Watercolors? No, sadly, I'm still looking for those. Not the angry. Oh my. I have no idea how you could lose something to such extent in your own home. You've literally got a limited space. I just don't know where it's at. When was the last time you've used them? And what were you using them for? So weren't your like freaking not long ago? Yeah, because you're also looking for them, and I think you found them in like a weird spot in like some kind of like cupboard or something like that. You sure you didn't put them back there? Ghost? No. What you mean ghost? Like ghost yoinked your watercolors? Yes. I mean, maybe. Ghosts are known for doing things like that. I can find them on you. Wish I could help you searching, but I don't think it's possible from the point I am in. I know. God damn it. Help. I think I am getting some weird allergies recently. Bless you. Thank you. Jeez. I've been trying to control myself and not to sound loud, so I could go louder, just know that. But yeah, like almost immediately I started having like sniffles. That scared me. Oh no. Okay, wait, because Kiara actually needs to be like slashed in a couple places. There. Yeah. Because like that arm goes behind her, basically. Behind Calli. Because it's like we don't see that arm here, but she's like having her arm going up behind her and like grabbing her thigh right there. Like somewhere here. Just like behind everything here. And I need a shadow right here. Yeah, so I'm actually kind of wondering where things are going to go. I feel like... yeah? Do you want to go to the water park with me? We can. Let's go. That should be your next drawing. Going to the water park? Oh, I'm at the water park, huh? True, although recently people are going after the trend with the golden mini bikini. What? Yeah, there's this trend where they're drawing whole life girls in like small golden like mini bikini they call it, I think. It's like very small bikini, basically, like undersized bikini. Weird. Yeah. It's like one of those gooner type of trends, so you know. Hell yeah. Actually, this should be slightly darker, but not like fully dark. Like here. Could have something like this, maybe? I suppose? Do you think the bean will get orange spots like its mom? Possibly, I think. There's a possibility for that, I guess. There's also a possibility that it's going to stay the way it is, so like fully black. Well, how that is orange? You sure it's that cut? Also, orange is a recessive genome, so it's going to, you know, is going to disappear in the genes against the black color. Same as white. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I think we've kind of got Calli fully shaded. Like, I don't know. It's just so bizarre. Like, those clothings are the biggest issue, I think. Considering that they want it to look neatly, I'm constantly spiraling. But we are getting somewhere each time, so it's good that at least there's some kind of like uncontrolled progress, I suppose. Take your break. I don't have that much of those, and I guess I could just take a break from that section and try to shade another section, and maybe we'll just come back after some time and we'll see what are the issues. I guess like her shorts are done well. Like, I feel like her shorts are done well. The biggest problem I see now is actually maybe here, but maybe it's because of those like purple strings that she has. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's because of those. So let's just, you know, shade them. And after shading those, maybe you are going to have, you know, there's going to be some more light put on the case. Get it? Because shading. Kill me, please. Fish. Oh yeah. Yeah, it kind of looks slightly better now as we've shaded those. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that works. Totally. So I'm going to like ignore this area for now, I guess. Maybe later on when we are going to add like bounce light or something like that, when I'll actually feel like it. Maybe we're going to get this around, but for now, you know, I'm gonna focus on something else. This thing. So those are not really that difficult actually to make. Okay. Hi Victoria, glad to have you here. How are you? Hoping has gone. Have you been? Say hi. Haven't seen you in a while. Got worried a little. So, how have you been? Tell me about your... Of course, if you want to talk about your time away from the streams, that can like change. Oh yeah, I've been busy with school projects and stuff. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I understand. I'm just, you know, I was just wondering if all's good. That's it. No need to like explain yourself like it's a job. I'm glad. I hope the projects went all cool. You know. Did you do something, you know, during that time? Something cool to share? I was having some weird sniffles, actually. Probably spring. And about spring, when are your spring breaks, folks? I wonder. Usually they would be somewhere around this time. To be fair. I love the rendering. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. I'm not sure, although, regarding her corset, but you know, what can we do? It's generally it's like very small area to cover for her corset, so I suspect that there are just going to be, you know, many instances of similar problems, basically. And many other things are just done quickly, because I think it's just, you know, it can be done so fast. Well, I don't have spring breaks. In my country we only have summer breaks, which is from November to December. Ooh, that's interesting. Country that has 0 spring breaks, damn, that has to be like difficult to like stay up on the task throughout the school. I do find the breaks very crucial for learning purposes. Mostly because like throughout the year, when you have couple breaks, it's actually helping the students to refresh their minds. That's why those breaks were done, mostly because, as a matter of fact, like there could be holidays, but no work or schooling would have any breaks regarding the holidays. Maybe like some additional classes or something, but basically the breaks like that are very crucial for the students to like refresh, especially the 2-month break when you're switching classes, going, you know, a year higher, because it's like really allowing the students to like rewire their brains during those 2 months, basically. And yeah, that's that, you know, that's that. Yeah, this one too needs to be shaded, shouldn't be that difficult. But yeah. I do find that, you know, that's why I really like listening about like different, you know, roles in countries, because for me it's like obvious that there are going to be breaks, you know, because in my country we have bunch of breaks basically from school and work and such. But I do wonder, you know, regarding this. Like how different countries are resolving those things. Mostly because like a lot of countries can say like, oh our schooling is the best, but I feel like the healthy balance between school to breaks is important. I believe that actually proper adjustment of the program to specific years is very important, and yet many like countries lack that when it comes to the schools. I don't know, it's just, you know, very specific topic, I guess. It's like very specific topic, but oh well. I mean, we're no breaks at all, but like every term we have 2 weeks of short breaks and of course public holidays. Yeah. I mean, like for us, the spring breaks are basically done because of the like a spring break for us is usually done like because of the like holidays in May that we have. Like 1st and 3rd of May are both holidays, and usually our schools are giving us also the day off on 2nd, so you've got like 1st, 2nd and 3rd, and usually 3rd is on Friday, so you then have like, it turns out that you have 5 days of a break, so that's like, you know, one after another. That's why it's, you know, for us it's kind of going like this. That's what I mean. Maybe it's like something similar for you too. Now that if actually, you know, explained what I mean by it. But yeah. I've also noticed that many countries have breaks on around the same, you know, around May, for some reason. Most likely the Europe countries, but yeah. It's so weird that around May so many things happened. What is important in May? Holidays. You know, like there are so many important days in holiday, basically. Because like May 1st itself is like, you know, a day that many countries have some kind of holiday during that day, for some reason. You know, one way or another. It's unbelievable how many things happened in May that so many countries have something going on with it. No? What do you mean, no? Literally, on May 1st, so many countries had traffic ban. In my country, we don't have spring and autumn. It's a tropical island near Madagascar. Ooh, that's interesting. Huh. Wait, but you do have like winter? Does that mean that it snows? In May, that's important. 5 de mayo, meio de noche. Whoa. Yeah. Nah, joking. It's your birthday. I know. Yeah, like Mother's Day. That too. You better know. Oh my. I might be aware that actually, here's the thing. I might be aware that there's some like important date crawling around, or like for example someone's birthday, but I might like forget to wish someone like happy birthday, but I know that it's like someone's birthday in the back of my head. Your birthday was like, what, May 18th? If I remember right? Do you have any fave subject or something? From school? Oh. Oh, sorry. Muto. Like school subject? 29th, oh, okay. Damn, 11 days too early. Huh. Favorite school subject? I don't know. I really liked Polish. I'm a very linguistic person. Like I really like writing, basically. So I like languages and stuff. So like anything that had to do with language was like my thing. Like history was also cool, but I preferred Polish language or English. I didn't like German though. I don't know. Just in my opinion, freaking English is easier, even though it's like technically it's not. It's easier to like comprehend, basically. Like I've never could. I was learning German for like longer than I was learning German at school for longer than I was learning English, because like around like what 16 years or something. But believe it or not, I could like at all really memorize anything or develop the thinking in that language, you know what I mean? While in English, I've relatively quickly developed that kind of ability to think in this language. So it's like, yeah. Also, we had like very specific class. Wait, what? You know German? No, not really. I can't really understand German at all, and I can only say just a couple words, basically. Like, I just know a couple things. All I know is that German is kind of complicated, right? Kind of, yeah. It's very specific to speaking, you know, at least. So like, for example, when you say like name or last name is Name, and Vorname. So it's like, you know, kind of okay, but you don't really use the word name when you're like introducing yourself, because you to like introduce yourself to someone you say ich heiße, so it's like totally different thing, and like that's why it always felt so illogical for me when it comes to the German. It has zero logic, while when it comes to English it has very similar logic to Polish actually, because we also have like, you know, past simple, present simple and such, because we can talk about the activity that was started in the past but not finished yet, and we split that with the words when we actually start the thing in the past and actually finish it. When I was younger age I used to speak Mandarin, but now I stopped because I don't know, maybe I didn't like it. Yeah, I mean, I think the Mandarin, or well, Chinese, it's very difficult because it's tonal language, you know. So basically, the way how you're in the tone you are giving to the words is changing its meaning. Like sure. Like basically you have like bunch of different like it just sounds a little bit differently, and it's already having like way different meaning. So it's like, yeah, I'm not like shocked that, you know, that you would want to stop using it. Like any tonal languages are just weird. When it comes to like Japanese is like, well, I agree, Chinese is complicated and its tones and different pronunciation, yeah. Actually, is Mandarin Chinese? I think it was called Mandarin, right? Or are those like two different languages? Because I know that there's traditional Chinese and simplified Chinese. Also, it's so cool that it's like split between those two. Japanese is slightly more difficult because you have different alphabets basically, and the way you are writing is also changing a lot, because the way how you are writing is also changing depending on like what kind of alphabets you're using. But like you have to learn katakana, hiragana, and I think there are like other things in there, like a third one. And basically like a lot of like you're merging all those alphabets and like the way how you're spelling certain words all together basically, just because it's like, you know, very specific. Like for example how you say beddo, that is like more like borrowed word for bed, but also like bed in Japanese has its own like Japanese word, not like Englishified, if that makes sense. That's why I do feel like Japanese is also going to be like very tricky to learn, considering like the amount of you know, the amount of how to say this, amount of alphabets that you have to learn, and like word bases basically. We have different types of Chinese speaking. We have Cantonese, Hakka, Budongfa, and also modern Chinese, and it's Cantonese with and in Cantonese you have 8 different tones and even more pronunciations. Yeah, damn, that's like, yeah, that's definitely something. Well, did you know Japanese came originally from Chinese? of the alphabets came from Chinese, not the entire Japanese. Japanese people are like separate people from Chinese. They also come from Asia, but they've got their language from their own thing. But because Mongols raided Japan, like Tsushima for example, that's when Chinese started to be incorporated into Japanese, because they were like Chineseified, right? So Mongols started to teach them Chinese, and because of that, I think hiragana was created. And hiragana is a connection of Chinese and Japanese. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the case. And like katakana is like, I think, with like Japanese with English, and kana is pure Japanese. So yeah, that's something to remember. That's something to remember, because not the entire Japanese actually comes originally comes from Chinese. Japanese is Japanese, but they have the Chinese like additions. Like for example, Polish has some depending on the region. Polish also is split between like certain like way how we are pronouncing words, or like the way how we are speaking basically, because depending on the dialects, we have like I think 8 or 9 different dialects, and depending on all of them, people are going to speak differently. It's still going to be Polish, but even Polish person might not necessarily understand at first what they're saying. I'm Chinese, but I'm more into Japanese. What do I tell my Chinese parents, bro? Oh my. Actually, I don't think it's like a way to be ashamed of it. You know, I don't think it's like a way to be ashamed of it. It's just... I guess you're just seeing opportunities in different language. We have options to speak certain, like, you know, languages. Like, for example, here's the thing. Even though I'm Polish, and I'm using Polish on everyday basis because I live in Poland, and I do find the Polish language like really cool. It's very logical. It has like very understandable rules basically to go around. Right, like there are softeners and hard letters. Softeners are used in certain cases. We have like a list of like, you know, logic behind the word exchange, like cases in which we change the words into certain form, because we have to answer certain, like we have to turn them into a form that would answer certain questions, right? So like basically we have like it's like very like rule-based language when it comes to the Polish, and I like it. But for example, I despise the fact that we have double cases of the same letter, or like the same like sound basically, you know, because we can write Z with a dot over it and RZ, and it's going to be the same sound. It's going to still be J, but RZ sometimes is going to be exchanged to Sh, which is like SZ. Oh wait, you're Polish, interesting. Do you speak French by any chance? No. No, I don't. I was kind of, to be fair, I was learning a little bit of different languages. Like I also know a couple words in French, but it's not like I know how to speak in French. I don't think I would understand many. It's like, for example, I know some Spanish, But it's not like I would understand fully someone speaking Spanish, you know. But for example, in Spanish, I can also introduce myself. Hi Ren, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope it has gone. How are we doing? Yeah, being good. How about you? Well, I've been doing relatively good for most of the time. Got like kind of really stressed out because of the work before I went on my week off. So yeah, but I can gladly say that I have finally my couple days off. Like, golly, how many days one person can go for. I've spent one entire year without like actually having a proper break. I got a sandwich. Let's go. A sandwich. How? I had to do something I've never done before, and no one else in the company did either. I don't think I can last 1 hour without a break. I mean, like, you know, when it comes to a job, my work, you know, my job, my boss is like very irritating. He's very irritating, and yeah. He's like, he's not going to give you days off at all, unless you actually give him like, you know, ultimatum. So like, you have to literally threaten him with you leaving the company to get a week off, basically. That was my case. I have literally like told him like, yo, like, it's not so difficult to just give one person a freaking week off. It's not like an entire company is going to fall apart. Although I think it's going to fall apart when I'm not going to be in there. When do you guys have breaks? Which month? Like, how long are the school breaks? In June we are more or less half of the June to September 1st. Is there a lack of mental hospital there? No. But my boss is Nepo baby. His father created the company, he literally has zero real experience outside of the company. So basically, he doesn't know how to manage the company. He doesn't know how to manage people. We don't have HR that would lead him. And I'm literally international forwarding agent, project manager, team leader, IT specialist, and basically a freaking like director. Because like, yeah. Well, that's a long break. Yeah, from school, yeah. But I think it's very healthy break. I believe that this is actually very healthy break. And actually, usually people already go on, like at the start of June, start their breaks because like they just stop attending the school because, you know, the attendance is not going to be counted. The grades are already like, you know, carved in stone, so to say. So like, you know, why attending the school? like what they are going to do. Even like I was trying to attend the school during those periods, and trust me, even the teachers are not coming in. Even the teachers are not coming in on the classes during that period of time. So like literally, like no one is attending the school at that point even. We just come in to end the school year and just get back to like, you know, chilling at home. But yeah, although I do want to, you know, leave my work, I want to like, you know, just say, hey, like maybe let's just part ways, because I see that like it's not going anywhere, because I don't see it going anywhere. And I like for a festival here we have a 1 month break. Damn, for only one festival. Why even the teachers don't come in class? Yeah. That's like where it actually goes. Where it actually goes, exactly. I literally went during the break, went to pizzeria, got a pie, went to the classes, and I was like literally just sitting down and eating pizza with a teacher. Like we were just chilling. She was like, yeah, just here, like do whatever you want, like play on your phone or something, I'm just going to be here. And like, okay, cool, I've ate some pizza, I've played on the phone, and she was like, you know, I could like help you get ready to the Matura exam, because we have something like SAT, right? That like summarizes, it's like an exam that summarizes your entire, like, you know, your entire education, basically. And at that point we had no idea that the entire pandemic is going to happen, because I was finishing my school during the pandemic. And my school finished faster because of that, actually. And our Matura exams were genuinely, you know, our Matura exams were also refurbished because of those things. We couldn't have like, because usually our Matura exams are split between like couple different like ways, basically, right? So we have a written exam and we have talking exam, and the talking exam is would have to be from Polish and the foreign language, because we can choose what language we want to do. I was doing English. Actually, I've had a second best Matura exam. Yeah, I've had literally second best Matura exam outcomes, because those dumb basically we in Poland learn British English, and some idiot like took away points from my like last essay that we had to write at the end, just because I've used American English for a couple words like fridge and stuff. I've said like lift, fridge and such, and they've took away my points. It was so unfair. I would have 100s all across the board on basic and advanced English. I would have 100%. It's so rare to have like literally freaking like 100% on a language, and they've took this away from me just because they've decided that they are going to like take away points from me for using American English. I'm so salty because of that. I don't like it. I don't like it. So here we start school from approximately January 10th to half April, then 2-week break, and May resumes till September and October. We have exams. Huh, that's so dumb. Yeah, it is. You know why it's so dumb? Because those are not done by subjective people. and those are not done by like machine that would just do things. Our mature exams have keys. He just got jealous, yeah. Imagine. So like our British English, I love British English, to be honest. I hate American English, like what, WTF. American English have shorter words for a couple things. Like you don't, like fridge, so you don't have to say refrigerator. Do you know how long you have to write refrigerator on an exam that actually takes time? Like, we had 2 hours to finish this exam. Only 2 hours. So like, writing fridge was faster than writing refrigerator, and that was already a couple seconds to like save on writing. And like, they've took away points for using American English when it comes to that. Everything else I was like writing properly. I wasn't like making shortened words or anything like that. I was just using like, you know, things. But I still ended up with like having the basic. I've still ended up being in the 96th percentile. So like I was better than 96% of the entire Poland in English. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. Here we use both English. No one cares what you use. Almost everyone forgot which is which. Yes, but that's like, I've read that. Here's the thing: when it comes to mature exam, it depends who grades your exam, because it's done by like special commission that's established only for mature exams. And depending on who you are landing on, that many points you get. And sure, I could like write a message like, hey, which is which, bro? At this point, even British people use fridge and lift and shit. It's like, you know, it's not like directly like, oh, this and this, you know? It's not like, because those are like just words that were just shortened there, and like I could appeal to get higher grade, but it was also risking getting lower percentile, you know what I mean? So I've got like 97% on basic and 87 on advanced, and I was like, okay, you know, like screw this, let's just, yeah. And I've got only 87% on advanced, and believe me or not, that was still in percentile of a 90, so it was still better than 90% of entire Poland in advanced English, even though I've got 87%. But it was also because of the like American words, because the advanced English is that you have to write like 3 different like essays, which is like crazy, because on the basic I mean, here we just don't care which one it is, it's all English in the end, so we can get confused which is which one. Yeah, true. And like for me, it's like also doesn't matter, and I believe it shouldn't matter on the exam either. Those are just, as long as you've used English, like proper English word, that's all right. And like actually I've talked with my English teacher about this, and she lived in Australia for like 12 years, by the way. Mixes all, yeah. Yeah. So like she lived for 12 years in Australia, and she was like, I was expecting you to get like 100%, like what? And I was like, yeah, I don't know why. And she like looked into the exam, and like, because she could look into the exam, and she was like, that's stupid, like why did they took you away points from you for like using like English words. And like basically like we've talked about it, and like, you know, that's, yeah, it depends, it really matters who you are getting. That's why I believe it's very stupid way to actually give you the thing. Also, you have to use a key there's a key to answer everything, you know what I mean? So it's not like you have to really be worried about like God knows how many things, you know? So as long as you are going with the key, it doesn't matter what you're doing. But it's literally the worst thing, for example, for things like math exam. What do you mean you need key for math exam? Like sure, like the answers are going to be the same, but you can achieve the same answer in different methods. So like, whatever. And to be fair, from math, I had to repeat the Matura exam. I'll be real with you, I've had to repeat Matura exam from math. I've got like fantastic percentile from Polish, English, and I've actually took basis and advanced Polish and English. But like I failed my first attempt on math exam. And then I went for the, like, you know, math, like, correction, right? And I've actually I've passed that one after, and with like 47%. So like, I was also doing really good on that one after some time. So that was like relatively good. Yeah. But I was kind of salty that because I had to take like, you know, repetitions from math. I had to like, you know, make sure that I'm going to pass that because, you know, already a lot of stress. So like, I've had my vacations to kind of messed up, you know. And after vacation, and after the math Matura exam, I've had to look for a job. So that was like, yeah. That was already like kind of messed up, so whatever. Damn. Come to think of it, I finished school 6 years ago. That's... I feel old. I feel old. I'm 26. I finished the school 6 years ago. Witcher and GTA 5 were released about 10 years ago. Actually, Witcher was... wait. Witcher 3. When it was released? 15. Witcher 3 was released in 2015, so 11 years ago. And GTA 5, I think one was released in 2012. 2013 GTA 5. So GTA 5 was released 13 years ago. And come to think of it, it's crazy that actually GTA 5 and The Witcher still have one of the better graphics that were still done. You're not old. Stop, someone stop him, I'm feeling too old now. Yeah. 13 years ago. And irony is that Witcher 3 and GTA 5 still has one of the best graphics that were made in video games. Many AAA titles still have worse graphics than those two games, even though they were released over 10 years ago. That's sad. That's absolutely sad. But what can do? What one can do? Am I right? Am I right? Alright! But yeah, really sad about the Mori. I'm really hoping that she's alright and she's going to, like, you know, come back and not like, oh, she took like indefinite hiatus and she's not going to come back. She's just going to like sit on the hiatus, rethink stuff and be like, oh yeah, I think I'm going to leave. And I want 2 Gears of War. When Gears of War were released? What was the newest one? 5? 2019? I think the third one was the best. Yes. That one, released 11 years ago. Can you believe? Oh, it gets better, man. Yeah. Because like, again, it's not like I have an Oshi. It's not like I have an Oshi, it's not like I have my favorite HoloLens VTuber. But I feel like at this point it's kind of like, you know, we're kind of going on the same boat, like we're VTubers. And I believe all of VTubers supposed to support each other. All of them. Like, okay, we don't have to collab, but at least like, you know, some like compassion, you know, like some like actually something messed up is happening and like I feel bad because of this. You know, this kind of feeling. Like we don't have to work in the same company, we don't have to like we don't even have to talk, but it's like, you know, kind of like something happening within the community and it's like, you know, everyone is in the panic. Also, Huion wiped all of her social media. No one has any idea what happens. And I believe that Huion finally is going to have her original design. Actually an OC. Because for those who are not aware, Huion so far was using a free to download model from VRoid, like the booth, which is like VRoid marketplace. You can download her model for free from there. And when she was trying to get the U2s, original author of this like stepped in and said, no, you can't do that. It's not your design. It's not your model, it's not your design, I don't want that. And that was like very Chad thing. And fair, it was fair. Because Huion didn't pay for this model. She didn't pay for this like design entirely. So I have no idea why she even thought that she can like step in and make U2s and like use that model for her as hers. If she didn't even pay for rights to use it on such scale. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. And I believe that this is because now Huion is wiping her entire thing because she's going to like come in with a brand new model, her design, something original that she'll be able to actually make like merch out of. You know what I mean? So basically like, you know, she's just going to come in, come back and just reuse it. Because like everyone, it's not like everyone is like making any announcements regarding her, but already 2 VTubers spoken about like her being lost. And I guess it's just like some kind of way to go around like, hey, actually like something huge is going on, like she's lost, right, quote unquote. And maybe there's something going to be connected with that. Who knows? Who knows? And hey, we've actually got like we've cleaned a lot here. I think it's for better if it's true. She can do anything. Yes, exactly. And I hope it's also true because like I think all of a sudden it happened all of a sudden, like just out of nowhere, every single social media of hers disappeared. Not like disappeared. It's not like she deleted the accounts, but like she deleted all of her profile pictures, banners. She privated all videos. You know what I mean? So like she just wiped everything. She just wiped everything. And that's crazy. Who knows? Maybe we'll go somewhere with that. Who knows? But yeah, that's that. That's definitely that. But I do feel like something bad is happening on the YouTube, on like VTuber area. Long stream? Yeah, for some reason. Well, I'm full of energy. I'm full of energy. We finished rendering Calli, so let's maybe leave on that. I'm going to actually wrap up because we're on like... But started, yes, I was about to say, let's wrap up because it's already 2 hours and 30 minutes. Thank you all for coming, by the way. Thank you all for coming. The coffee's kicking in, maybe. maybe. But yeah, I have to say that thank you all. Recently I did felt empty chat. I haven't had like empty chat in a while, and recently we've had like day or two with actually empty chat with no one chatting on YouTube, just couple people from Twitch. I felt that. I really felt that, so I'm really glad we could talk. I'm really happy because of this, you know. I really appreciate all of you like coming to the chat and like talking with me, because like, you know, like it's actually like making me feel better. it's actually making me feel better. So folks, as always, stay creative, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care and bye bye. I've been a bit busy these days, and it's okay. Like, it's not like, you know, it's not like I'm directing this to anyone or anything. I'm just saying that it's like very important for me to like, you know, to be able to talk with y'all. It's just very important to talk with y'all. So yeah, just don't feel like it's like targeted to any one of you. Like, don't feel like this. It's not what I mean, but. You know, I'm just happy that you all are here, you know? I'm happy that you are here. That's the thing. Yep, bye-bye. Take care.